Diary, and today we are going to be paying some debt with me. Right now, we're logged into my Fed loan servicing account, and I am about to make a couple of payments. So, off to the side here, I have my Erin Condren planner. So, if you see me looking off to the side, I'm looking at the planner, seeing how much money I want to make, as far as not how much money I want to make, how much money I want to pay for my snowball payment for Fed Loan G10, and also I'll have to do a breakdown for the interest payment because I'm going to do all of that all in one. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing below. And if you've been here before and are subscribed, thank you very much. Appreciate each and every last one of you. And so let's get started. I know last time I left off, I wanted to show you guys something to talk about if you've been on IBR for a long time. I've been on IBR for years. I got my master's degree back in May of 2011. And when I graduated, and I think my starting salary back then was like $36,000. But when I walked across that stage, my student loans were $65K. So they were $65,000. And the only thing that crossed my mind at that time was just make more money. And that's going to resolve this whole thing. So I went, signed up for IBR and left it. And as long as I made that payment every year, I was fine. I would do my recertifications and stuff like that. And so I never really paid it that much attention. So I'm going to find one of my loans, and I'm going to pick this very last one, which is the biggest one, and the one when I was in grad school, to show y'all what happens, how much I originally borrowed and how much I actually owe today. And so that's this one. And so you can see the original balance that I borrowed was $12,000. And what I owe today is $15,327.64. And that's as of today. When I went back over 2 years ago to look at all my accounts and get balances for everything to calculate what was the total amount of debt that I had, this was a lot higher number. And it was, I don't want to say devastating, but it was to look at and try to figure out, how did I get there? How did I let that happen and stuff? And so that's one of the things. If you know somebody who's on IBR and they don't log into their account, you may want to just offer them a suggestion just to log in and look around. Because sometimes the emails you receive, and I know my Fed loan emails tend to take me directly to the page where I'm doing that one activity. So you don't go to that very summary page where you see those numbers growing, you'll see the interest growing and all of that. You don't see that. So you're kind of distance from what's actually happening in your account. And so that person needs to be inquisitive and get into these accounts and figure out what's going on here. So the first thing we're going to do is I am going to, I'm just going to go straight to payments and billing, because I'm going to actually do something that's going to touch most of the loans, because first I want to start off and just do all of my interest only payments, and then I'm going to go back and do G10s. I'm going to put that amount in there. And so I'm trying to get to the page where I actually broke out how much interest I was going to pay to each debt. Okay, so here I'm going to go to make one-time payment. And then I'm going to target specific loans. I think if you do that one payment, pay all loans, it's going to take whatever payment you put in there and it's going to break it out amongst all your loans. But what you want to do is target a specific loan when you're trying to pay off one and then go to the next one, if you're trying to snowball it or if you're trying to avalanche it, whichever way you're going after it, you want to target the specific loan. And this, what I'm saying, only relates to Fed loan. I don't know about the other sites. I don't have any student loans with other loan service providers. This is the only one that I have. So here we go. And so I'm going to start here. I call this one T. So it's $11.94. So you can see I've done this before because Google Chrome will save it. 13 is what I'm calling S. And so that's 638. 19 is 332. 18 is 631. 11 is 354. 10 is the one I'm making a snowball payment on. And I'm going to come back to that one. Let me drop down here and get these done. 17, I don't know. It's 289. Nine is only $1. And once I get to the point where I start paying out the ones where I'm doing the interest only payments, I'm going to take that particular interest only payment and add it to this particular one right here. It doesn't move at all from one month to the next unless I put something on there intentionally, like a rollover amount or something. So this one is going to be $543. But that's what I'm going to do with my interest only payment. So the interest only payment you see me doing every month is going to stand like it's a bill. And so the next one is 8, which is I. And I will admit, this is tedious. So it's 229. And H is 229. $14 is 285. Let's see. 5 and 4, which is J and K for me, I don't put anything on because the monthly payment covers it. So what I'm going to do is move my cursor down here and look and see if it's $48.24, which it is. So I got that part right. Now I'm going back to my December paycheck number 1. And I want to make my snowball payment on 10, which is what I call G, 602.29. And I know in my paycheck to paycheck video, you probably saw that I was doing $547.29, but I'm adding an extra $34 in savings from my cash envelopes. And I also had another $28 in merchandising that need to be paid out that I didn't factor into my budget. And so now I think I got everything, and there's only 2 that I don't. And so my total payment is going to be $650.53. And now I'm going to pick my date. So this is going to have to be December. And one of the things is when you pay something over the weekend with, I know with Fed loan, they do not apply. They don't do any payment processing over the weekend at all. And so it doesn't apply until Monday. You also want to watch your credit report. So if you use like Credit Karma and things like that, they'll tell you if your loan servicing provider is reporting that you're late with your payment. I had that happen with Fed loan. My due date is on the 18th and it's automatically drafted out of my account. And the 18th fell on a Sunday, I believe, and they had reported it to the credit bureau that I was late making my payment. So I went in this thing and I made an inquiry and I asked questions about why were they reporting it late when it wasn't late. I can't control that. They need something in their system and how they report information out to report things accurately. Their IT or their development deficiencies, I don't feel like should be my problem. And that's just my soapbox right there. So I'm going to make this payment. Okay, so the payment has been scheduled and I got a confirmation number here and I'm going to put that down just for future reference, just in case. I've never had a problem with any of my payments as far as I'm not processing them or anything else. It's just like I said, when your payment falls on a weekend and what they report out to the credit bureau. They're typically pretty slow reporting anything. They're always behind what they tell them is your outstanding balance and what you log in and actually see. So that's something to watch too. I'm going to take you guys back to my account summary because I know I talked about how I don't always update the balance on my videos every time I make a payment. And I wanted to show you guys something. So here, and remember I told you I gain interest every day, and see, there it is right there. So the video is going to have like 75,060, but you'll see as of today is 75,164. I would have to change that every single time I made a video or I release one, and so that is like no, I don't want to do that, and plus I don't log in that much. Plus, once this payment processes, then it'll drop down and it'll kind of wash itself out. But I think I gained about 300. I get charged about $370 something in interest. So yeah, I don't want to have to update it after every payment. But anywho, that is done. And so now you can see over here in this payments and billing dashboard little widget here, you can see what I just scheduled, $650.53. And thank you guys for hanging out with me and paying some debt with me. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You guys have a super fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye. So I couldn't leave you guys by giving you an update. So my principal payment was $599.41 and $288 went to interest for the total payment of $602.29. And that was about 20% more off of my debt tracker that I got to color in. For my total debt, the total today is $74,537.09. $74,411.18 is principal, and $125.91 is interest. Thank you guys for watching. You have a super fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye.